Hey, hey. MOLIA. Where's that bay? I say, this is the way, okay. Welcome to the world of MOLIA. No more playing with my mind. I stand tall within that wall. This that MOLIA Renaissance. I stand tall within that wall. This that MOLIA Renaissance. Opening portals. Yeah, we more than mortals. My destiny's renewed. Where we go, ATL, ringing prosperity bells. We hold, yeah, we so bold. No more playing with my mind. I'm ahead of my time. Miss Raim, I am. When love was divine, pour me some MOLIA wine. They call her Nichel MOLIAE. Hey, hey, she bringing glory our way. Hey, all the way. MOTEP, we wait, we bait. No more waiting on our destinies, too late. We switch up the fate. No more gatekeeps, we step on those that held us back. That's a fact. We shine back like the golden minds of Egyptian kings, all gold rings. Yeah, in Kemet we met. Our kingdoms were raw, approaching greatness with Thor. I'm an emperor king. Watch my pyramids rise in the midst of Pleiadians. From Mars to the stars, here in Nichel MOLIAE. With our destinies of MOLIA Kismet, we are her besties, we all of thee. You can say his name is Jesus, here's the new game, the source I am. For reality, I run this gold bills of notoriety. We gotta bring it, cause we came from Mars. We rise for the crown, plus we got all the bars. I'm the emperor of MOLIA, I know who I are.
Was born with my purpose, birthright. MOLIA Kismet of world dynasties. MOLIA Kismet of world destinies. Get your own success if you're blessed without calling.
Welcome everyone, this is Nichel Anderson and I'm your host for my podcast show. I have a special guest, part of my song MOLIA Kismet Renaissance. We're going to kind of get into that, of the main feature rapper, a part of that song, kind of know more about him, what he's about, his projects, and talk about my song there. Let me go ahead and say my prayer. I want to give all thanks and the glory to God. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be able to share what I'm about to discuss and to this particular project moving forward. In your name, Heavenly Father, thank you so much. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Without further ado, this is going to be broadcast on both of my shows. The other one, of course, is Surviving Your Journey to a Success podcast. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me make sure I pronounce your first name. I want to say Joshua, but how you pronounce your first name?
Nah.
I'm saying it,
It's
Coach
just-
Libo. Go ahead.
It's Josiah.
Josiah.
Like Josiah in the Bible. The king in the Bible.
Oh, Josiah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Good. Okay, hold on 1 minute.
Yeah,
Josiah. Okay.
yeah.
Thank you for that. I knew it was going to mess it up. Let's get into this.
No problem.
I appreciate you being you just set the tone of what I was looking for in my song, but we want to kind of get your background. So let's, if you
Okay.
don't mind, share your background with the audience of your journey to now, like what you do and your projects that you want to share with us. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm Josiah Yakubu from Nigeria, and my stage name is Alhaji Milli. And I'm a singer, rapper, and sound engineer, Nigeria, like I mentioned. And I'm actually been making music for over 10 years right now.
Wow.
Yep.
It's that way because I noticed when we started, like my project, we'll get into that later, very
Okay.
organized. We met, we kind of talked about different things, and then we just got it
Yeah.
done. So I like that.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
your portfolio of your prior work. I could just
Okay.
tell. I mean, by doing this in music for like 3 years, but I learned fast because as an independent, you don't really have time to waste time. You either got to get it.
You don't
and
have
and
time.
you don't have
True.
time. You got to get it and put all into it to learn it. And I did like how you could change up. I forgot which song it was in one of your portfolio, but I loved it. You changed up from doing like rap, and then you changed up to doing R&B. We call that here in the States.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah.
and some type of other, it's almost not like spoken word, but I think it's part of the rap how you do, because you can change it up. And I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
the flair of how you was doing it with the beat. matching to it. So I was like, oh, he's really good.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and then you had
I
your
try my
video
best.
too. Oh, you really good. Like he even know like different cuts of how you film the video. So you even had that matching. So I like, yeah, I definitely gotta reach out. But so you said yeah, perfect. You're a perfection on that part, and I love it. So you've been in it for 10 years. Let's go into the next question I want to really ask you. What were your greatest challenges and milestones as an independent artist and your company? Because you said you're a music engineer as well. Could you share that? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I would have to say it's finances that have really been a problem as an independent artist.
Right.
You know, you need to sort everything out by yourself.
Right.
Like if you're going to get an agent, you need to pay the agent. If you're going to get a manager, you need to pay the manager. If you're going to get a producer, you need to pay the producer. If you're going to get someone to pitch your music on Spotify and all that, you know, there are a lot of things you need to pay for. So I think the major roadblock was really finances, actually. Right. And then, you know, as an independent artist from Nigeria, Nigeria is, I don't know how to put it, but, you know, we're kind of behind in some of these things. So it's kind of hard as an independent artist. Right. But, you know, we push through, and we're here today. So all thanks to God for that.
All thanks to God. In my other interview, it was someone else that I just happened to mention that why we have to do this and that to get. Now I agree, finance is a huge problem. That's why I love where the world is going more towards the creator economy. They're in control of their talent and their artwork or what have you, that you don't have to go through a middle person and we be able to get those fundings. Now, particularly with streaming, it's like I haven't got paid yet. It's always this or that reason why. But like you said, I can touch on that. It's so many things that you have to have or people to be over in a way to be able to get where you need to go. So you have to be creative. And so I had said it in a way we can laugh because while we wait, we become masters. So this goes back to what I said in the beginning of the first question I asked you when I looked at your work. And by doing I've been doing podcasts now. This will be my 9th season starting this month in September. Praise God. And I never missed the episode. Yes. And so I'm so happy that I'm able to do these interviews because I kept going, even though it costs a lot to keep this up. You know, it's not cheap. So I can touch on what you were saying.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I'm glad that I kept going when God said, this is the way. That's before podcasts got popular. And so when you said that all the other things you have to do, that list, you know, take note for those that want to get into music or anything. It takes a lot on the plate, but you just keep going and you'll find, you know, your breakthrough. So I can definitely agree with all that you said. Let me pivot to something else. Yeah, because like I said, when I listened to your performance, like, oh, he is good. You know, you perfected to be where you know. So for me, doing podcasting, all the editing, I had to do all that by myself, or I had to hire somebody, like you said. Fast forward when music came along and I had to kind of learn fast about that. I edit and mix my songs, so that could save me on it. And also I love mixing, I love engineering. So like Atlantis, even this one, I did that myself because you have to save to be able to put that to where you know you can't be able to do like the other types of things.
That's really that's really impressive. It's hard to, you know, find a female sound engineer these days. That's really impressive.
You know what? That's right. Because most of the time when I looked up, they was males. Don't get me wrong. They are good. Okay. Like you and other people. But I had to do that to kind of help my budget to move forward. And then I happened to love it. So it's like the time I spent on podcasting, trying to break through on podcasting, which is hard, but I kept going, gave me the tools, right? The skills to be able to do the mixing. And I love that part of it. So I hear you on that. So when the journey is we learn and become the masters. Let me pivot to this next question for you. If you had to pick 3 words to describe your position within the creators economy, where this movement is going right now, growing so fast, what would they be to identify you from the rest?
I
know that's hard.
I have to think on that a little, but maybe I will go with resourceful. Maybe the first one will be resourceful. As I mentioned earlier, being an artist working independently from Nigeria, you know, I've learned to turn limited resources into professional quality work.
Come on now.
And it has really helped me a lot. And I've really become so good at problem solving. You know, when problems come up, and I don't really have the means to solve them, I need to
Yes.
find another way in which to
Yes.
improvise and get it done.
Yes.
So I think resourceful will be one of them, you know?
Yes.
And then maybe, let's see, authenticity. I've learned to be authentic because my art reflects, you know, not just what the client wants, but my unique cultural and creative background. You know, I try to always implement that in the music that I do, even though I try to make what the client wants, but you know, I work towards making it original. Yeah.
I love that what you just said, walk towards to make it original. Keep going.
Thank you. And I think the last one will be being innovative. You know, I had to experiment with you know, new techniques, you know, things that I didn't have. I had to just be innovative with what I had. So I think those three, I think those three are good.
I love it. You basically narrowed down my other podcast, Surviving Your Journey to Success, was I'm gonna have my audience listen to this as well. They're listening, and then of course my short stories, Nichel Anderson short stories and beyond. But you nailed it down. What I've been preaching myself over these years is resourceful. Let's go through that right through before I kind of go to the next question, because I love these interviews because I get to understand the person better. I get to give them the mic to kind of understand how they see the world or how they incorporate into the world. When you say resourceful, that's the journey. Because we're not going to have everything. I don't care how rich you are or how poor you are in the sense of that, because it's kind of go on both spectrums. You just have to work to what you have and learn from that. And that's the problem solving that you said that gave you those master skill set. And that also helped with our overall, you know, mood and understanding to look beyond that into the horizon. That's the blessing that's coming. That's the more blessings that's coming, I should say. And then you said authentic. I love that. And when I was thinking to myself, when I was listening to you, like, I knew I need to ask you, not just because of my song too, and I want to know more about you, but to have you to speak of your journey. Because I remember seeing the video in my mind, like, I bet you he got a good journey to tell. And when you said authentic now, and I'm like, oh, I love it. Because that's preaching, even with your name, you know, has history to it. Like you said, it's in the Bible there. And then the last one, innovation. I could definitely check out that, because what you had to work with my work was interesting. At least I'm thinking it is, to kind of come with something in a flow to make it right. As a professional like you know more than me because you've been in it longer. So you understand the rhythm. And I like how you said, you know, from each client have their own, but you try to put your own authentic signature in it. And I think that's unique. We're not taking away from the artist, you're adding to it, honoring that and showing the flavor. And that's what I think music is. It's the flavor of the music instruments, it's the flavor of the sound and how we change and how you changed up and do the flow. All of that matters. So I think those are three. I mean, you rose up like a phoenix on that one. Okay, let's get into this next question. What do you like about the industry to position yourself or any other independent artist, and what you don't like about it? And what strategies you can do to overcome them that you overcame for your success? I think you already kind of touched on that, and for them. How would you?
So what I'll say about the creative industry is, I like the accessibility and the global reach it provides. You know, have, you know, brought clients to us that we won't normally meet. You know, they've opened our business to a wide audience. So I like platforms like that. I don't need to relocate. I can get clients from all over the world from here in Nigeria. So it's really good. And however, what I don't like as much is the level of competition. The race for terms of pricing. Because a lot of us, you know, undervalue ourselves just to win jobs on places like, you know, just to get jobs, we have to undervalue our talent, I should say. So, you know, those are the kind of things that are hard for me, you know, like having internet issues, payment platform limitations, and so on.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know, we found a way around that, and to overcome those issues, you know, I focused on a few strategies. First, I like to prioritize clear communication and professionalism. Sorry.
Yeah, I
To
get it.
stand.
I was just about to say that it'll be your customer service to
Yeah.
stand out the way. Because that's what we
Yeah.
hear. Like, what was the experience? The experience was nice, and it was nice and kind and understanding, and you would see what you would see. That's
Yeah.
what brings the
Yeah.
person back. Yeah.
Yeah. And finally, I also try to position myself in a niche where I can charge
Stand
based on
out.
value and not
Right.
just on effort. Yeah.
Right.
So I like to give people value for what they're paying for.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely. I want to make sure I get. Do you want to say
Okay.
something?
So
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, like my advice for other artists will be focusing on building a strong online presence. You need to be, because Instagram, Facebook, all these things have made music easier, promoting music easier. So if you have a strong online presence, it helps.
Right.
And you need to invest in your skill. Like any money you get, you need to put it back in your business. Like you need to invest in what you have
Right.
and to get what you want. If you're into freelance, like I am, you need to treat it like a real business. That mindset makes all the difference for me.
Right. I think that hones on what you were saying earlier, and what I was talking about too, is about using what you have
Yeah.
and learning from that experience.
Yeah.
Like what you just said, like treat it like a business, treat it like that's your brand, I like to say, because if you build up your brand, that in
Yep.
itself is the investment. So
Yep.
people can get off different platforms or what have you and really receive the blessing that God was giving them with the gift to be paid for what they're worth, and to learn from that and teach others. Because I do believe it's a circle, it's a 360 of life. When you
Yep.
give, you shall receive. But at the same
You shall
time,
receive.
we
Yeah.
also,
I
God
love
want
that.
us,
I love that.
yes. At the same time, God want us to be compensated by the gifts He given, because that's part of our blessings and our abundance. So I think this new era is going to help those that is looking for that, and just to kind of an understanding by a professional like you. You know what I'm saying? To connect, to understand. You gave some good points on that. I think if I move on to the next question, I like how you phrase about the journey, about the sustainability that deals with resources. I want to touch back on
Yep.
pay, because I bring it in my podcast. Like if you can pay direct, we're going to get into the song, where the song talks about us as creators, no
Yeah.
more waiting. When I say that, is like the harvest is here, and therefore we'll receive all that what God has sent us in our talent and our commitment to stay. And that touches on our brand and our identity. Even though when you were saying too, I agree again about treating it as a business, treating it as who you are, being authentic to that, connecting, to stand out from the crowd. And for that, I definitely agree with. So like if I pivot to the song right quick, MOLIA Kismet Renaissance, it's about all the talent that you brought yourself, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
able to present that in a way and be compensated. One of the things, I haven't released this interview from that I did with someone, but I will. And we talked about our own identifying platforms, like our website, or even like YouTube. I think YouTube kind of got like a channel, you can use that, or IG, social media. But it's just trying to get to where you're getting direct funding and you can price it in a way that you're not competing in the market that on another platform. I think that right there needs to be improved, right?
Yeah.
Because then now to give
True.
us more resources to be able to create more and more. You're not really
Yeah.
worried about that. You could travel and and be other places and be a part of just the environment and
Yeah.
create
True.
things. You know what I mean? Because I'm still waiting
True.
to get to Jamaica. I write a book. Hell, I'm still waiting to afford to go to Jamaica. So I
You
just
want
been
to go to
plugging them.
Jamrock?
Yes, that's my dream, is to get there, the Caribbean. I write a novel like you never seen before. But that's what I'm waiting on. In the meantime, I'm in the studio trying to make it work. So I think the song itself talked about that. It's like an
Yeah.
upliftment about it, to help people to understand and connect. What is your overall, I'm kind of reading what I wanted to kind of phrase it to you. Like if we pivot towards that song and the word kismet, it means
Yeah.
destinies. Definitely with you. You are very talented, very professional, definitely should have your company and the brand of it. So you need, to me, I'm glad that I was able to meet you and to provide this platform for you to talk and for you to get
No,
out
it's an honor
there.
for me too.
Oh yes,
It's an honor
because
for
you
me too.
deserve it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to meet him. So if we talk about this, the overall concept of the rise of the creators economy. Economy means where we are presenting, that's like a market. If you a baker, you're presenting us as music and content, is entertainment. It's a part of life, particularly music. So the
Yep.
rise of the creators economy, not just in music, but in other forms, as I just mentioned, is producing what I'm calling is the new renaissance, similar to what I like this. That's my mentor, Dr. W.E.B Du Bois, started now
Yeah.
over 100 years ago. What's your thoughts about it?
Well, overall, like you said, and pivoting on the song also,
Yeah.
what I got from it was like a renaissance, like you
Mm,
pulling yourself together, you having that determination to put yourself out there, you
mm,
know, like, I don't know how to put it, like having no roadblocks, having nothing to block your mind, because, as
mm.
a creative, we have, what do I call it? Should I say writer's block or whatever? But, this movement helps
Yes.
you to understand that you have a destiny to fulfill
Mm,
and you need nothing to stand in your way.
mm,
So you need to put yourself in that situation and that mood. So, put yourself out there. If you're feeling down, you need to revive yourself. You need to put yourself in that position to succeed, to be
mm,
a huge creative and everything.
mm.
So that was what came to my mind when I saw it, because I don't really know much about
Mm.
what Dr. Bois started over 100 years. I don't know much
Yes.
about that. But,
Yes.
listening to the song, going to see what the MOLIA Kismet Renaissance is about,
Right.
I think from my point of view, that's just what I see, you
Right.
know.
And that's
Yeah.
true. Yes. It's about like what you just said in a nutshell. And just to add to that, and I don't want to touch on what you had just said was very good when you said, what you have and be the best that you can. That's what he was about. That's what he was about in the
Okay.
turning of the century after slavery time or what have you. That's what he pioneered
Okay.
to make sure that he implements. So now fast forward to now, I'm meeting all these other different creators that, want to expand, want to, do the next phase and just been kind of like holding, right? And mainly it's about resources, the finances, and connecting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do connect and they're the opposite of you. Can you believe it? I got stories to tell. And they take your work and they destroy it. I got to use that word because that was my journey when I
Whoa.
got to Atlanta and I wanted my book to be a film. Listen to other podcasts. I'm finna get into that rabbit hole there. But bottom line, that's what
Okay.
I experienced. Being a pioneer of knowing what my worth, what my creativity, what my gift from God, I kept
Yep.
going and only released that
Yeah.
was representative of who I am. So that touched on what you said. So I think you kind of
Yeah.
nailed it, like our overall purpose of this
Yeah.
change in tide is really asking you, are we ready? And I think most of us are, like
Yep.
including you and me, and we want to be able to get to that point. Let me touch on this next point. What support those that follow us and fans can do, just your overall thoughts about it as we form this new community that everyone get their recognition and due resources, fair pay and opportunities. That kind of touch on some platforms. We can just kind of give a side eye to streaming platforms that to me does
Yep.
not pay or doesn't pay enough. And this is our creativity. What can you say about that point? I'm kind of jumping ahead, but what do you think?
Okay. About the streaming services not
Right. Or any,
actually
yeah.
paying you what you deserve.
It can be anything. Like what support, what can you kind of add on? What support those that follow us and fans can do? For me, I usually would say go directly to my website to bypass. That will help. And they could do my social media like IG, but I prefer my website. I've been building up for several years. But
Yeah.
overall, do you want to, I think you kind of already touched on it before, but what any other thing that you think that our fans can do that are following us so forth
Okay.
to,
Yeah. Yeah. Like I
yeah.
said before about you harnessing whatever it is you have inside you and bringing it out for everybody to see. I
Mm-hmm.
think, the independent space has opened up a lot these days.
Right.
So I say, as an independent artist or as a creative, if you want to gain more resources, you need to be out there. So let's go back to the fact of being out there on your social media
Mm-hmm.
and all that. I feel like those are one of the things that you should really put your time into, to put yourself out there, if that's right.
Right.
If that's right.
Right. And so
did I touch the point well?
You did. And just to add
Okay.
on to that, follow the person that you are enjoying their creativity to support them to continue the creativity. We've basically been financing this ourselves all these years to express what is a wave of people, not just in music and arts and books and what have you. I mean, they're here. And now that's the focus of us being more empowered to, I think it's Bandcamp. It's another one for like music. You can put your music on where they pay. The fam can go direct. That's when I want people to see their options so they can be liberated to not focus on, which is hard not to do, because you gotta say, how am I going to cover this? How am I going to do, sometimes you just want to take a break and you just have it, you can move. And
but
I feel
there are other places now in which you can sell your music on, like Dito.com. You can go and you upload your music. They give you 100% of your royalties.
So do the research, right? Find out what they need.
Do the research.
For me, I know MOLIA.com. I keep it simple. I keep it simple. No, this is how it is. I keep it simple and direct. MOLIA.com.
That's what it is. www.moliae.com. Like, just visit it.
MOLIA.com. Visit it and check out. But MOLIA Kismet, let me touch on that. I know we got to end here because I see the minutes there. But MOLIA Kismet, I love Kismet because it talks about our destinies. This is our purpose, which that's the reason that God has sent us here. And our creativity at a level that people have to pay like millions of dollars to get. I'm going to put us up there because that's the mastery that we both learned and the artists that I worked for. And so MOLIA Kismet is about that claiming it. We like to say, but God, I got to claim from what he's showing me who I am, our journey, and who I was born to be, which is getting into your worth. And so that's a good thing. So the whole song with the rap was my first time rapping on it. I loved it. I loved to and I had a lot to say. So that's why it's about 7 minutes long, but it's the journey to say, I'm going to push back. That's like no one didn't know. It took us a while to get this done. And we was just saying, we was like lions. We're going to keep going because it's a part of the blessing what God want to give us and to help those that will be listening. So before I get even further, I want to kind of ask you a fun question before we wrap this up. If you had to pick one place to travel to and only bring one thing, where would that be and what would you bring?
I'll say the Maldives, and I'm going to bring a camera.
What would you do with the camera? That's beautiful there. Ooh, what would you bring? What would you take pictures of? That's anything?
Everything. I need to keep memories, man.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely the Maldives, and I'm going with my camera.
Wow. And that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the other thing is your motivational quote. I love this part because everybody comes up with something unique. What is your favorite time? What is your favorite all-time motivational quote to share with those that are listening that they can utilize on their journey? What would it be?
It's simple. Never quit. It's simple.
Look at that.
Never quit.
I love it.
Never, ever. Never.
Now you got to
ever,
give me
no
that roar. Did I quit today when we was having problems? I know you was like,
no.
I kept going. We're going to get this done.
You can. And we have. you know, just because you didn't quit.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's my simple quote. Never quit. No matter what it is you're doing, just put your heart in it, and I'm sure you will accomplish something. Definitely.
See, I knew I need to get you on my show. I knew it. That's because you did a wonderful job on the song.
Thank you.
Just highly talented, a beautiful soul. Give me hope, more hope to keep going. That's what we do as Creators Economy of that community. The positive side in that sense of working together, getting it done, and helping one another in that. When you give, you shall receive. And I just felt that you was a beautiful soul and someone that has a journey to share, wisdom to share, because we all can learn from one another. And I'm so thankful that we was able to get this done. Do check him out. I have his contact information in the description, y'all, of my podcast show. And guess what? You want any final words to say, or you good? That motivational quote did it. You just like dropped the mic. I'm gonna keep it simple. I ain't gonna be all long. You know, with me, I
did a mic drop right there. I did a mic drop right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna give me a special effect on this. and edit. But yes, you drop the mic like, keep it simple, don't quit. You know I love that.
Don't quit.
That's part of my journey theme right there. That's the coolest line of mine. Don't quit. Because here we are. Look at this in 2020. Here we are.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Check out the song. Check out his information in the description. Do follow him. He's a beautiful soul. Beautiful journey. Let's keep it moving. All right. Talk to y'all in the next one.
Thank you.
Was born with my purpose birthright. MOLIA Kismet of world dynasties. MOLIA Kismet of world destinies. Get your own success if you're blessed without calm my chest. I never rest because I am the best. In this world of my purpose, my choices defeated all the rest. Jesus said, here you are, Queen Empress. Now I grant here my besties. They are Emperor Kings. From Mars, Atlantis, ATL, here we are, here we are, here we are. Getting it, we are gold, we don't mold, we hold. We are the new renaissance of MOLIA Kismet. Who am I? Remember the times, can't wait till we live in the MOLIA world. That we are no longer critique. Oh wait, it's now MOLIA world.
Hey, she's bringing our glory. Imhotep, we wait, we bait. No more waiting for our destinies. No more gatekeeps. We step up on those that held us back. Now you laugh. We shine back like ancient Egyptian
Here we are.
kings.
This is our destinies of MOLIA. Moments of love in ancient Egypt. His word of my purpose. With the love of God in me, I give praise.